Good evening and welcome to the final kickoff here at the Stockholm Technical Center in today's action, 3rd January 2026. And it's between Mahaut Soca Strikers U18 and Belfast Est U18 here tonight. Again in commentary, my name is Clay Regis and I'm joined in the gantry by Mr. Joseph Fadul as we get ready for this encounter, the final of the night here between these two powerhouses of U18 football, Mahaut versus Belfast Est.
And you definitely said it correct. Powerhouses in the football. In fact, those of you who missed the earlier games as well, the powerhouse games. In fact, today has just been a powerhouse of names today. East Central got past Harlem 2-1. Leroy Abraham scoring 2. Gerard Loblack scoring the lone goal for Harlem. And in a very clinical and tactical game in the second game, Portsmouth got past Point Michel under 18, keeping the sheet very squeaky clean in their favor. Jadian Lockhart with a hat trick and Jaira Lewis with 1. That's the summary of the first 2 games. And of course, we will be seeing goals upon goals, or we should hopefully be seeing goals upon goals upon goals in this fantastic under 18 encounter. Of course, it's the new year, and this is the first set of games for the new year. 3 games on your chest, like they say. Not just 1 game. We brought you 3 games. In fact, tomorrow we also have games coming through as well. Probably just about half time, or probably towards the end of the segment here, will tell you the games that are expected to be taking place tomorrow. But Belfast Est and Mahaut in top encounter to close off today's fixtures. Kareem, it's been a fantastic day of football.
Yes, a fantastic day of football. I can give you right now the starting lineup for Belfast Est. We have Giovanni the Gallery, Michael Theophile, Shem Theophile, Lamar Lazier. We have Darian Dura, Nikwan Benoit, Gerard Bonney, Dwight Aylwa, Quante John Baptist, Kerjuan Harris, and Kerjuan Israel. Rounding up that starting 11 for Belfast Est. Will get you the starting 11 from Mahaut as soon as it becomes available.
Kerjuan Israel has been, of course, a name that has been picking up speed, picking up momentum, picking up, respect, popularity, but more importantly, respect in his tactical and technical endeavors as he's been putting. He's also played for Foncole, and Foncole emerging the Division 1 champions in the President's Cup. Of course, Kerjuan Israel, being a part of that. It's expected and very likely that Kerjuan Israel, may be putting his name onto the score sheet, or at least looking to put his name onto the score sheet tonight, right here from the DFA Technical Center, amongst a number of other names, high names that you mentioned, Kareem.
And we can give you the starting 11 of the Mahaut team. We have Captain Tokonte Woodman, Cody James in goal. We have Okang Xavier, Caden Augustine, Aiden Dura, Darion Charles, Joel Luke, Cheston Anthony, Joquan Hussey, and Jaden Prosper, and Keon Loda round up the starting 11 for Mahaut as the whistle goes, and it's the start of the match there. Ball with Belfast Est to begin proceedings.
What a Quante Woodman, of course, you are indicating for Mahaut, one of the more prominent names. Really has been putting in the work throughout the entire season, Kareem. In fact, he's been featured on a number of the leagues as well. So we have quite a number of high class and high end names and players tonight in this under 18 division.
Yes, a lot of quality football taking place for Belfast Est. We have the likes of, well, Dwight Aylwine in goal, Michael Theophile, Laquan Benoit, Shem Theophile, just to name a few. And we also have Kurjwan Israel and Kurjwan Harris as well. Kurjwan Israel with the U20 and Kurjwan Harris with the U17s. And then for the likes of Mahaut, you have you have Cody James in goal, Okang Xavier, Tepante Woodman, Darian Charles as well, really looking to stamp their authority on this game. Ball forward, caught out by Theophile. Mahaut looking to get on possession. Clearance completed. Belfast looking to come down that left-hand channel, just running out of real estate there.
Okay, I know it's early in the game. We're just entering just about the 4th minute of play, 3rd to 4th minute of play. But both teams seem to be playing a very high intensity game so far. I mean, I know it may be a bit too early to call or even say it like this, but the intensity of both teams has been at a very high level. Hopefully the energies will be able to last for the full 90 minutes, because we know at certain times energies do drain down and wear down. So let's at least hope both teams are able to hold up. Belfast Est losing out, interception by Mahaut. Mahaut trying to get through into the channel, gets blocked out by a double team play. Recoup on the far end.
Okang Xavier on the ball.
Opportunity, and losing a bit of air on that one.
Good win there by Woodwork down the left-hand side. The number 7 of Mahaut.
Just rolls out. Nice play by the Mahaut player to keep the ball into play, and Belfast Est trying to make a break.
Mahaut will need to be careful with the likes of Kurjwan Israel.
Oh, losing out. A bit of a mistouch there by him.
Okan wins the ball back from Laquan Benoit.
Overlap not quite completed. And Mahaut resets.
Ball kick shot to the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper trying to find one through. And it's Mahaut's ball. Shenfield playing one forward to the gallery. The gallery trying to break one forward. And after giving up the advantage, the referee blows the whistle. It's going to be a foul in favor of Belfast Est. Late touch there on the gallery. Taquante Woodman on the ball. Woodman still. Xavier trying to force that ball forward. Good strong shot by Xavier. And good awareness by Shem. Pokang Xavier. Ball won by Coach Harris. And clearance completed.
It's been a bit of foot fighting, if I can describe it like that, Kareem.
Yeah, a lot of passion, a lot of putting it in. There's some labels here and there, just players trying to win possession. Ball forward. Foot race. Dwight wins the foot race. That's Dwight Aylward. Taquante Woodman brings the ball down. Loose touch. Win. Okan Xavier. Fearful just spreads it wide. And no team really taking clear advantage there in this game. No clear superior team so far as the first 10 minutes have elapsed. The game still a bit back and forth as Dwight Aylward makes a mistake there. Ball forward. Poor pass, and Coach Harris able to collect. And that's a bad back pass. Justin Anthony. Anthony on the ball and loses out.
Good defensive work by the Belfast Est line. It's attempt to push forward onto the line. Drives one and just a little bit overzealous with the push.
Yeah, that was Quantage and Baptist in a good defensive work there, trying to really sneak on Benoit.
Mahaut being forced to recycle all the way back to their disadvantage. Belfast Est trying to take advantage on the far end. It's 2 versus 1 and of course losing out. Still keep possession.
Ball coming across. The goalkeeper using his foot to clear that. And it's going to be a throw in favor of Mahaut. All the way down in the far corner. That's some good footwork there by Okanzavi. To Quante Woodman. That is Zion Charles actually. Now to Quante Woodman. Ball forward trying to find Cheston. Good work there by Kerjuan Harris. Harris just plays it short. That was number 7 there that thought of Darian Dura. Good work there by the gallery. Darian Charles into Okanzavi. Okanzavi playing a beautiful ball forward. And Dwight Aylwa covers successfully. Quick off his line there, Dwight Aylwa. Just pinching the ball off of Taquante Woodman's boots. It's a good ball forward by Okanzavi.
Very good midfield play by Mahaut, of course, definitely using the midfield space to their advantage. In fact, so far, many times we've always said that teams don't use the midfield properly, but we see both teams, in fact, really using the midfield and, rather using it well, playing it to their advantage. Sometimes the ball ping-pong in between possession, but nonetheless, trying to see how both teams can use it to their advantage as best as they can, as Mahaut attempted to push forward. Recovery.
It's a good ball wide to Quante Woodman. Woodman trying to get a ball into the box and wins a corner for his hard work. Corner won there by Quante Woodman on the far side. Short corner. Ball coming in. Cross. A little bit too much on the ball. Ball makes it all the way across. Goal! And that's the goal's first. That's the game's first goal. And that goal, try to get confirmation of the goal scorer for you. I think that's Cheston Anthony. Yeah, the number 10, Chester Anthony. So Chester Anthony with an instinctive finish there as he makes it 1-0 in favor of Mahaut. And it's going to be very interesting to see this Belfast Est team because they have played a few games. And one of the things that I've said is that no disrespect to the teams that they've played, but I haven't really seen them play a serious title competitor just yet. They played a few games against, I think they played against the BA Sharks. And one other game, I think against Point Michel as well. But this is one of their first real tests. And so far, they are failing.
Again, Kareem, I mean, you might be saying they're failing, but it's still very early.
I mean,
A bit of
guys,
a,
I said so far
so
because,
far,
I mean,
yes.
they don't 1-0. So it's up to them now to...
But knowing Coach Michael, I know he keeps his composure, he keeps his calm. He's a very composed gentleman. As an attempt by Belfast Est to sort of make up, has been squashed. Mahaut keeping it up in the air, flick of the heel. Recovery by Mahaut, driving on the far end. He goes down, no foul call, ball still in play. It's a battle of the feet for the ball. And that's a clear foul. Keston Anthony put in first goal for Mahaut in the 14th minute of play.
Ball back in play. The gallery. Especially wide field. Back to the gallery. The gallery loses out. That's a foul. It's going to be in favor of Mahaut. Yes, that's a foul. To Conte Woodman on the ball. To Xavier. Xavier trying to return to Woodman. Okang Xavier on the ball still. Xavier traveling wide, gets across his man, gets a ball into the box. Anthony! Saved by Dwight in the goal. To Conte Woodman and Okang Xavier having a really good evening in the center of the park for Mahaut.
I suspect that's the tag team that we might be seeing be in featured tonight for Mahaut. So far, the chemistry between them has been good. I suspect they may have a few chemicals, more chemicals up to mix together.
Ball down the line. Goal kick. There's 20 minutes in play has passed. Scores 1-0 in favor of Mahaut. The Mahaut U18 team. Goal coming from Chester Anthony. That's a poor defensive touch. Kirchran putting the ball all the way back to Dwight. Belfast Est playing some good football in the build-up phase, but losing out. Xavier on the ball. 2 to Quante Woodman. Woodman spreads it wide. Tries to get one forward. Xavier on the ball. Ooh, good turn by Xavier. And Xavier trying to get one over the top, just a bit too much on that ball.
He tried the first one, ran into a one-man wall. Mahaut on the far end gets it in, and it's blocked shot again. It's completely over. I've heard this for quite a few times tonight, Karim, between and I'm actually hearing it in this game as well. Heard it in the first game, heard it in the second game quite a number of times. Players encouraging the opposing players to get some milk.
Hey.
So
as young people talk for you 2 weeks. Yeah. Ball coming through the center. Parents completed. There's going to be a throw in favor of Mahaut. Ball coming in. Throw in. Hey, red ball forward there by the gallery.
Obviously, sort of being careful not to push too many guys forward in order to take advantage of something like this, pushing forward. But interception and clearance completed, only to lose it again.
Strong challenge by Darion Charles and the ball and off the crossbar. Xavier. To Quante Woodman. Woodman spreads it wide. Woodman still just unable to get that return pass. And a foul called.
Opportunity for Belfast Est trying to push Dunford to the channel. It's one.
It's
two. Falls. No foul. Belfast Est will take advantage of possession on the far end.
Mahaut, rather.
Oh yes. Thank you for the correction.
It's alright, the game is fast paced, easy to lose track of who's in charge of the ball. A real up and down basketball game. Dangerous pass back. But good work there, Harris, to clean it up.
I have to say it.
Ball forward. 1-on-1. Anthony. Justin Anthony gets him on the inside. Anthony. Again, just crowded out there.
The defender being very careful not to catch himself in a position of foul, Kareem, because if he had gotten fouled, and especially where it would have taken place, that would have been a very inviting opportunity for Mahaut again to probably put another goal in their favor, something that Belfast State definitely avoided. So good defensive work by the player. Medical officials being called for a Belfast State player on the far end. 27 minutes of play have elapsed.
Yeah, that's the player. For Belfast State just in need of some medical attention.
Kareem, as we have a little bit of a downtime, just inviting our viewers to join us on Friday next week for the launch of the National Football Academy. Something that has been in the making for quite some time. The efforts of Coach Boots, Coach Mills, Coach Rosie, Coach Marcus, and of course, Coach Kurt Hood from FIFA. So the big launch is going to be next week, Friday, January 9th. For January 9th, as the interception has been completed for Mahaut, attempting to push forward, and clearance by Belfast State, averting any further danger. Keeps it on the line.
And the Mahaut players really showing some intensity here. Ball playing on the right hand side for Mahaut. Ball through to Conte Woodman. And that ball almost making it all the way through. And it's a good cover there by the centre back for Mahaut.
Corner headed up, clearance.
Just avoiding the corner there, settling for the throw-in instead. Mahaut player. It's a fall through. Oh, turnover. Ball gonna be continued with Mahaut. As we are at the half an hour mark. About 15 minutes left of action in this first half. Foul. Okan playing one forward. Once who gets there first, Aylwa gets there first.
A bit of a sprinting effort by Xavier. Keeping up even after 33 minutes of play. His energy levels really have kept up.
Mahaut's ball. Mahaut maintains
Mahaut.
possession. Foul. Woodman. Woodman. Tripped up.
You know, for a second, I actually thought he would have actually recovered from the trip, Graham, because it's almost how he fell. He didn't seem to have fallen in a way he would have completely gone down.
Yeah, but the ball was already lost.
Yes.
So
Mahaut putting it inside. Shot and he scores!
but Taquante Woodman offside is the call. Almost up to there. The linesman flag saving Belfast Est's blushes.
Putting a blue face on Mahaut.
Blue face.
Ball forward. Belfast Est playing it from the right. Looking for some options inside. Takes his time. Tries to dance past one. Has to revert. Recycles back slightly. Gets one inside. Looking for the header. Doesn't quite get the header, and clearance finally completed. Just off the chest.
It's a real good physical game here, Joseph, tonight. Both teams showing some real strength.
I think so far, and and this is just my analysis, and of course, again, by your guidance as always, I think Maho having the better of the physical part of the game tonight, Karim.
Yes, for
Just,
sure.
just, just slightly.
Yes, yes, just slightly Mao having better share of the possession, winning the ball in the midfield. Mao having a really good evening here, but that doesn't mean that Belfast cannot spring.
That's true.
That's a short attempt there, but high and wide. You have the likes of, again, Kujwan Israel and others who are capable of making something out of nothing.
We have seen Kujwan Israel do so. Kujwan Israel, I believe, plays for Fonkole in the first division, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Belfast Est on the fine, trying to push. Tries to get past one. He's under a bit of pressure from the fine, and both players going down.
Fall through. Woodman. Woodman again. And every time Taquante Woodman picks up the ball from Maho, he need at least 3 green shirts around him to get the better of him.
We've seen that particular tactic or technique being used so far in all 3 games, but that sort of crowding out has been happening. Belfast Est with an attempt. Ball slips, holds on, tries to push one through that small channel, doesn't quite get through. Clearance not yet completed.
Woodman. Maho coming forward. Ball with Zafi. Taquante Woodman. On the return, good ball forward. Good defending there. Good old-fashioned clearance. And it's a judge that the goalkeeper Cody stepped out of the box when making the goal kick. And it's going to be a free kick in favor of Belfast Est, an opportunity for Belfast Est to get one on target there. Just checking the VAR systems here. Yeah, he did actually step out. And it's an opportunity for Belfast Est to get one and
Just
level the
before
game
halftime.
just before halftime.
Looks like he may be attempting to Take a shot on target.
Yeah, for sure. That's Kurjan Israel. And the ball hit someone on the way through.
Yes.
And it's going to be a corner kick.
Kermit's not sure if this may be good to say or appropriate, but it's good to hear the sound of airplanes, especially after the close of airspace. Corner coming through. Clearance.
Well, it will be a good sign for many. Strong challenge on the far side. Giovanni the Gallery just being on the end of some of those challenges, just not being as vibrant as he needs to be on the ball. Woodman playing on forward. .45 minute of play here.
Mm-hmm.
'Good turn there. Kurjan Israel. And met with that challenge. Clearance. And Mahaut would be better served to just keep this score at 1-0 as they head into the half.
I suspect if they cannot get a goal at least by halftime, they have to tweak the techniques and the tactics during halftime. String of passes not being too clinical by Belfast Est tonight. Our centre backs and the defensive line really have been calling and on the strikers' numbers tonight, giving them little chance to get through.
Ball out of play as we're in the 45th minute, so now we're at the mercy of the referee. Is there any extra time?
On it. Up press. On the ball.
Ball out of play will be Mahaut's ball. A lot of unforced errors by Belfast Est. The U18 team just maybe not showing the guile that the senior team usually has. And as the halftime whistle here, the Sock from Technical Center, 1-0 in favor of the Mahaut U18 team. Join us in 15 minutes. We'll be right back.
The battery die, man. The battery die,
Oh, you know.
Yeah. Mood. Where? Yeah. Mood. Where?
All right, and we're ready for the second half here of action at the Stockton Technical Center. Scores 1-0 in favor of Mahaut Soca Strikers. And looks like substitutions being made. Taking the field is Avery John Baptist for Belfast Est, and the substitution in goal, Dwight Aylwa, seems to be unable to continue. And going in goal is one of the outfield players. We'll get a confirmation on which one for you shortly. All right, Keishon Bruno, yeah. So Keishon Bruno between the sticks for Belfast Est, holding on in the absence of Dwight Aylwa, who seems to be ill. So it's an opportunity for Belfast Est with, I wouldn't say the second choice, but an outfield player going in goal for Belfast Est. There's an opportunity for Mahaut. Byron Charles traveling. Ball forward, and Kerjwan Israel just gets ahead of his man, but the ball, unable to direct that ball into the back of the net. And Kerjwan seems to be in some pain.
2 minutes in, and early signs by Kerjwan Israel. Hopefully he's able to recover. He looks to be in quite a bit of discomfort at this time.
Yeah, a lot of discomfort there.
But knowing the heart of Kerjwan Israel and his passion, especially for the game, hopefully he'll be able to quickly bounce back.
Kerjwan just being helped up and off the pitch.
Okay, I don't want to say it like this, but it hopefully is not too serious. In fact, a show of sportsmanship. Actually, a fellow opposing player helping him off. Very good sportsmanship of the Mahaut player to assist him off.
Yeah, national teammates, Kerjwan and Tequante. Both players just returning onto the field of play. It's a shot for Mari Talbot.
Opportunity, keeps it short. Back inside, and it's just off the crossbar.
And what an opportunity for Belfast Est. That ball from point blank range, cannoning off the crossbar there. Good composure there, showed by Belfast Est in the defensive third.
Opportunity, short. For just for a few passes, almost seem to have been struggling to hold on to possession at this Belfast Est team. Kareem, just a little bit.
Yes, just a little bit. And the foul brought back. It's an opportunity again for Belfast Est from the dead ball.
Keeps it low. Corner.
Ball coming in again. Goal! And it's Kerjuan Harris with the telling touch for Belfast Est, the defender.
Belfast Est finally getting the break that they've been looking for. After a bit of struggle, just a little bit of struggle. Finally breaking that clean sheet deadlock. But Mahaut looking to put themselves back in an advantage. Forcing the ball forward. Recycling back just a little bit. Looking for some options. Centre back holding quite capably for Belfast Est.
And despite having a lot of control in the first half, Mahaut just allowing Belfast Est back into the game.
Be aware.
Oka on the ball. All the play will be thrown into Belfast Est. As the game continues. 1-1.
Okay, just a bit of side note information there. The Women's Premier League match between the Rivers Carried Bombers and the New India Insurance Goodwill Runners scheduled for tomorrow at Benjamin's Park has been postponed. So just a bit of information for our viewers and listeners. So the Portsmouth Bombers and the Goodwill Runners women's game tomorrow at Benjamin's Park has been postponed. Of course, tune into the DFA page and the WhatsApp channel for updates on that. Belfast Est and Mahaut under 18 action at the Stock Farm Technical Center. Long one inside, looking for a header in, and it's going to just roll out.
Goal kick. Long one forward.
Come on, Avery.
Ooh. Crunching challenge there.
There's a record man. A ref. There's a record man. If you don't see, you don't say you don't see. There's no excuse. My player swinging so. So my player swinging. There's a record man. But other forces see man, you know, bro. That's all your phone, you're not going to see man. I cannot sit and watch you don't see it, you know.
Long ball into the box. Appeals for handball. Goal! The gallery with a rifle of an effort into the top of the roof of the net.
Okay, there was definitely no need for the appeal for the handball because the goal made up for it. Deflection coming off, and the gallery punching it in to double Belfast Estate's investment in goals. 2-1 in favor of Belfast Estate at the 58th minute at the Stock Farm Technical Center.
And it's Giovanni the gallery with the goal for Belfast Est. 2-1.
Opportunity for Mahaut.
Avery.
All the way back to the goalkeeper.
What are we doing now?
Ball making it all the way to Conte.
That beats him.
Good shadow. Beats the shot.
Good work by the goalkeeper to close out.
Opportunity. He was looking to slice it through. I don't think the knife was too sharp to get the cut.
And out of the goal, the goalkeeper done a strong challenge to save him. Even as Okan Xavier coming in with that after the goalkeeper, Cody James, went on a bit of an adventure.
Treacherous adventure, Kareem.
Yeah, it's
Finding
almost
himself.
getting pinched of it. And Xavier just saving the day.
opportunity. Ball down.
One thing, drop and rest.
Ball still in the corner. Mahaut really looking to come forward with it. Mahaut still on the ball.
Belfast Est with trying to steal, really putting them under pressure. Not being able to make it past the midfield, Kareem.
And all kinds of it is having a lot of fun with this game, despite being down by 2-1. Much to the dismay of some of his teammates. Foul.
Magic. One man. One man up there.
Ooh. Xavier. And the game really showing some serious levels of intensity here, Joseph.
The game not starting off with the kind of intensity that we saw in the second half, or in the first half, Kareem. Sort of a slow pace at first. But right now, Mahaut, in fact, picking up the intensity just slightly more than Belfast Est at this time, even if they had a deficit to them. Forward.
And Mahaut can come forward.
Come on. Drop. Drop.
Mahaut looking for some space down through in the middle. Both players go down. Belfast Est pick up the steal. Cycling all the way back. Spreads it left. Clearance completed by Mahaut.
What?
Ball forward. Belfast Est. Foul. Mahaut's ball. Ball coming forward deep. Yeah, that's a foul play there from Mahaut. Bulldozing over the Belfast Est winger on the far side. And substitutions being prepared. And it looks like ball into the box. Headed out.
Clearance. Belfast Est drives it back in.
Looks like the number 11 for Belfast Est. Robino Charles is going to be coming in.
Belfast Est brings it back in. Deep. Good defensive work by Mahaut. Overlap. Flick back. 2-on-1.
Good strength there shown by
Yes.
Harris, yes. Kurjan Israel showing the style and the guile.
Continue, Avery, continue. Done. Avery, walk in.
Foul, and looks like the substitution for Belfast Est being made. And it looks like it's going to be Darian Dura leaving the field. And coming on is Robino Charles. Robino Charles. 2-1 in favor of Belfast Est. Goals coming from Kurjan Harris. Usually it's Kurjan Israel scoring,
yes.
but Kurjan Harris with the goals. To hear him on the team sheet. And the second for Belfast Est coming from Giovanni the Gallery. With one coming from Cheston Anthony.
Kareem, after a bit of a slow start, maybe not unnecessarily to say it's a bit of an unorganized start by Belfast Est. Belfast Est really seem to have, pick up themselves in the second half. Another short one by Mahaut. Is not on the opportunity.
And you'd think that given the fact that the goalkeeper for Belfast Est was down, and that they have but it's essentially an outfield player in goal, you would think that Mahaut would be testing the goalkeeper a lot more.
They haven't.
They haven't in the second half.
Very, very, very strong and very good point that you've been making there. As Belfast Est attempt to counter coming through into the middle, looking for the space. He's under a bit of pressure, gets one through. Opportunity on the far end, and the opportunity cleared away. And a foul.
Avery, drop and rest.
Spreads it right. Looks for the option inside. Oh, slip pass. Oh, and another slip. It slipped past the Mahaut defender, and yet again, Belfast Est coming in, only to lose out once again. Mahaut playing down through to the midfield channel. Ball through. Mahaut. And deciding to not push forward, but sort of slow down proceedings. He allowed the centre back to clear the ball. Mahaut with an opportunity. Shot, spreads it very, very, very wide to no one. Belfast Est pushing forward, gets one through, interception completed. Centre backs from Mahaut driving down through to the middle. 2-on-1. Possession ping-ponging between the two teams at this time. Both teams just looking for just that one player forward. So far, just not been able to get through. Drives past one, drives past two, inside, and he gets blocked out. We see a substitution being prepared for Mahaut at this time.
Number 7.
The number 24. So Glenford Prevost goes in. Number 24. I believe he's replaced Aiden Dura, the number 7.
Corner kick in favor of Mahaut. As we enter the 76th minute of play. Just about 25 minutes remaining. As a corner comes in, doesn't beat the man on the first post.
25.
15. My mistake, 15. Two one in favor of Belfast Est. Coming back after being down
Down
one goal.
Suspect the lull in the game must have lulled a bit of the senses there, Kareem.
Yes.
Mahaut just not able to get through.
Foul, late call there.
That's it. Drop, drop.
I've had a lot of interesting nicknames in my time, Joe. But I think darkness is one of the most interesting I've heard in a very long time. That's what, as Okanjave hits that, that's what Kershon Israel is referred to
Ah,
by the
Virgil,
Belfast Est faithful and
Michael
even
Joseph,
Michael Joseph amongst
other
others.
players.
Yeah, darkness, and I mean that has to be like top 5 nickname. Oh boy. I remember when I was in high school, we used to call a fella Midnight.
Oh,
As WWA5, yes.
okay.
Midnight, man. As the ball comes forward, Shem Fiofil. Lands for Tequante Woodman. Tequante Woodman as well, another one with one of those interesting nicknames, but I understand he's on Turkey. And I mean, we never underestimate the power of a nickname. You know, I'm sure you yourself have met a lot of people that you may have known them for a few years and only known them by their nickname
That's true.
and
That is very true.
not their given name.
That is very true.
It's like Belfast Est forced into a substitution, having to sub the sub as
Sorry, Filbert comes in.
sorry, Philbert. Yes, comes in for Omari Talbot, who is unable to continue.
Ooh.
They say drop back.
Kareem, I suspect we're seeing the toll or the tiredness taking its toll, sorry, on both teams.
Yeah, it was a really intense first half, and both teams just feeling the effects of it now. And I'd like to believe for those that are not tuned in to the DFA Facebook page or YouTube channel, are tuned into the Music Awards going on in Portsmouth right now.
Yes. Nonetheless,
Kershon Israel coming forward. Marshall. Back in your day, Joseph, you'd been in Portsmouth, maybe nominated for DJ of the Year. DJ Halo Boy.
my
Hey, everybody.
I will tell you, I actually 2 weeks before the close of, I will just sort of side topic here. 2 weeks before the close of voting, I received an email by the organizer. But just before we get to that, opportunity coming in, and corner comes through.
Hey.
I got an email from the organizers telling me that my name had been put up, and this is very interesting, 2 weeks before everything closed off, after it had been open for months and months and months. And I wrote to the organizers, and I just told them, respectfully, like my name to be withdrawn.
Well, I think now DJs like yourself maybe Mr. Mix, you know, those sort of guys. As that corner comes into the box, let's see if the clearance can be completed. Yes, it can be. And maybe Selector Urban. Not Urban, but as the ball comes in, the guy from just before Portsmouth, I can't remember. Just after Dubla.
Rhymes?
Is Rams, that's his name?
Is
Grown
it
up
Rhymes?
grown up guy. You know, you guys have ball coming in, good turn down the far side. I've reached that status of DJ where I mean, you know, maybe a lifetime achievement award or something of that caliber for you all.
I think I'll pass up on those opportunities, man. I think the time for such recognition, especially for me, I don't want to say I'm good with it, but I'm okay, man, where I am.
All right.
I will wait for when my re-evolution takes place.
Ball out of play, it'll be a throw in favor of Belfast Est. And despite all their good work in the first half, I find Mahaut, yeah, in the second half, just, you know.
I don't want to. Okay, the first phrase that comes to mind has sort of slacked off, but I don't want to say it like that. You know when they say, "What's the first thing that comes to mind?" That's, but I don't want to say because they have held off Belfast State from scoring even more. But you have to admit, Belfast State has made a sort of a fantastic comeback. You know, not having any stains on the score sheet entering the second half and to come to, in fact, to take over the race in terms of scores. I'm not exactly sure what mix Coach Michael Joseph cooked up during the halftime, but whatever he did, it worked and it continues to work. Professor taking the opportunity inside, looking for the header, gets clearance, don't get shot, and he scores! It was slightly cleared away by a Mahaut defender straight into the feet of Belfast State. Took his time, composed the shots, and it is 3-1 right now as time dwindles down on this Mahaut team, and Belfast State taking full advantage. 3-1 at this time, Kareem, in favor of this comeback side, Belfast State.
Yes, Belfast State up 3-1 here. Almost basically completing that comeback. I can get the confirmation of the goal scorer, and it's the substitute, Robino Charles, after coming on, putting one in for Mahaut. Turjan on the ball. And again, Cody James steps out of the box.
Opportunity. Just on the edge, Kareem.
Of the box,
The
yes.
box. The wall goes up for Mahaut. And he scores!
And Kerjwan Israel, as he always does, makes his mark on the game.
Really adding a bit more darkness to this Mahaut side. In fact, I was telling myself tonight, and I mean that in the most respectful, because I don't want anybody to take what I am saying out of context. Kerjwan Israel, of course, we saw his coaching staff calling him darkness, and I was telling myself, I suspect sometime tonight I may end up using that particular nickname and really adding more darkness to this already dark sided Mahaut team in terms of goal scoring.
And it's 4-1 in favor of Belfast Est. To Conte Woodman. Woodman coming forward. And to be honest, Joseph, I mean, Belfast Est up 4-1. And I'm trying to think of a standout performer for them. And
I will tell you, especially in the second half, it's been a very, very, very good team effort as Mahaut try to fashion some space for themselves. Shots! Oh!
yeah, I mean, it's a really good team effort, as you said, from Mahaut, from Belfast Est in the second half. Everybody really putting in an effort.
Mhm.
So, I mean,
I will tell you, and this is just me. I think for Mahaut, it would be between any of these three contenders.
ball coming across. Every save.
But
I think
as I was saying, it would be between Okan Xavier to Quante Woodman and I made a mental note and his name slipped.
I think for me, if I have to look at the Belfast Est side, I might give it to Kerjwan Harris, the defender.
Yes.
He opened the scoring with that equalizer,
Yes.
and he's been solid at the back for Belfast Est throughout the course of the game. And I think he'd be a worthy recipient of the man of the match, Kerjwan Harris. Number 4 for Belfast Est, I believe. Yes, number 4 for Belfast Est. As he is right there just covering the run of the attacker, but offside. So, Coach Van Harris.
Well, we are in added time at this time. As the seconds or minutes or seconds dwindle away. Belfast Est attempting to make a last effort, adding more insults or attempting to add more injury to this already injured Mahaut side. Not quite getting free in the end.
Slow him down, nice.
Darkness still on the ball, gets it wide. And we're at the mercy of the referee here. We expect the whistle to blow any moment from now. And for it to be a 4-1 victory in favor of Belfast Est. Again, tomorrow, there's another U20 match between Valvoline U18 and BA Sharks. But so brings the end of this match here tonight between the Belfast Est U18 team and the Mahaut U18 team. Final scores 4-1 in favor of Belfast Est. So that brings us to the end of our match here this evening, Joseph, and the end of action-packed evening of football.
Well, Karim, just quickly, Harlem and the Kurt Hector Southeast in the women's game get underway tomorrow right here at 4 p.m. And the Kalinago Warriors and the Belfast Est ladies or the women get underway tomorrow at 6:30 right here again. The Roosevelt Scarlet Bombers and the Goodwill Runners game at Benjamin's Park women's has been postponed. Thanks for joining us, and of course stay tuned to the DFA page for more updates. Kareem, good night to you and the viewers, and of course much thanks to the team from Stream Genius for providing sights and sounds tonight.
Good night.